Susan Powell had a terrifying premonition.
She said that if anything ever happened to her, that it would be her husband, that he would do something desperate.
Then, on December 6, 2009, the devoted mother disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Police found Susan's blood on the tile, and 2 fans pointed toward a couch like it was drying out.
Law enforcement investigated Susan's husband for more than 2 years, but Josh Powell was never arrested.
I did not harm her. I did not have anything to do with her disappearance.
In the next hour, the psychologist who evaluated Josh Powell speaks out for the first time.
He had a skewed view of the world. He was focused on himself.
Plus, exclusive interviews shed new light on the 24-hour period surrounding the disappearance of Susan Powell.
Charlie wanted to tell me what happened to his mom.
Braden drew a picture of the minivan, and he said that Mommy was in the trunk.
The boys were the evidence. Josh was about to be exposed, and he wasn't going to have it.
There's 2 little boys in the house. They're 5 and 7, and there's an adult man, and he blew up the house and the kids.
Hi, I'm Laura Ling. Just this morning, demolition crews moved in to clear the ruins of the home where Josh Powell murdered his sons and killed himself. In this episode of E! Investigates, we'll examine the fateful chain of events from beginning to end and identify the red flags where even the slightest change might have saved the lives of 2 innocent children. Who were the Powells? Josh Powell grew up the middle of 5 children in the suburbs of Spokane, Washington.
The divorce documents between his parents, Steve and Terry Powell, show that there was a lot of problems in the family. Terry Powell alleged that her former husband encouraged his sons to not respect women.
Josh had anger management issues. He, at one point, took pet hamsters and threw them against the wall.
He had, during an argument with his mother, apparently threatened her with a knife one time.
According to an aunt, around age 13 or 14, Josh attempted suicide with a rope. The incident left him with a burn around his neck.
You have to stop and wonder, were Josh's issues ever dealt with appropriately as a child?
Susan Cox grew up with her 3 sisters in Puyallup, Washington. So Denise, these are some pictures of you and Susan growing up?
That was at my birthday. Susan and I would babysit the neighbors' dogs. That was the thing we did to earn money. She loved horses, and we liked to go horseback riding.
Susan was very outgoing. She was friendly, polite. She wanted to help people. She's a happy person.
I asked her what her philosophy on life was, and she said, well, I just want people to be happy and things to be beautiful.
Susan had just graduated from high school when she met Josh Powell at a singles event sponsored by a local Mormon church in Puyallup. She was 19, Josh was 24.
The first thing I met Josh, I thought strange. It was very uncomfortable. We weren't thrilled with him at all.
He just wasn't a friendly or a nice person.
What do you think it was about Josh that attracted Susan to him?
She thought he was a good church-going guy who would be there for her.
She desperately wanted to be married and have a family and be the homemaker or mother.
Our whole family begged her to reconsider. She just didn't want to wait.
Susan and Josh got married on April 6, 2001, after just 6 months of dating. Did they seem happy at the time?
Yeah, they did at the time. She was very, very happy.
The newlyweds soon moved in with Josh's father, Stephen Powell. Susan told friends she was not happy living with her father-in-law.
Susan was very uncomfortable around him. She didn't want anything to do with him.
She told me he started putting his hand on her thigh, and then one day he tried to kiss her.
She had told me he tried to touch her breasts and put his hand up her shirt.
Stephen Powell later told a very different story, claiming Susan was affectionate with him.
She was very flirtatious and very sexual with people. Frankly, sometimes I wish we had done a little more than we did. I wasn't going to turn down an opportunity with this beautiful woman, even though she was my son's wife. I'm